Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan the Organizer. So today is a foam cannon battle. Behind me, I have 4 of the newest and most popular foam cannons. So we're gonna layer a blanket of snow foam on the vehicle as part of a pre-wash, and we're gonna determine which one is the best one and for which reasons. So of course, you're gonna see them all in action. We're gonna talk about the technical specs, the price, and break everything down, the features as well. And in the end, we're gonna pick a winner. Which one is it gonna be? So the contenders are the MTM PF22.2 foam cannon. Then we have the Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish foam cannon, followed by the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro, and last but not least, the new Chemical Guys Big Mouth Max Release Foam Cannon. Essentially today, I'm gonna help you make the better purchasing decision. Quick disclaimer, this is not a paid review, so I ordered these foam cannons on my own, except for the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro, which was sent to me for free by the company roughly a year and a half to 2 years ago. So guys, it's gonna be a jam-packed episode. You know the drill. Without further ado, stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start the show. So hey guys, I'm Pan, welcome to the show. I hope you guys are having a great day, so let's dig right into it. But before we go ahead and do so, if you're new to my channel and you want to continue to learn more about car detailing, all the products, equipment, tips, tricks, and techniques, make sure that you hit the subscribe button that's found under this video, and that way you'll subscribe to my channel, never miss my future videos. Also hit the notifications icon, that's that little bell icon, and that will notify you every time I upload a video to YouTube. Also, don't worry, all the foam cannons that I'm talking about today, I'll put the links in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do, as usual, is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So as I said, today is a foam cannon battle. We're gonna determine which one out of these 4 new product offerings is the best one. So we're gonna go over the technical specifications. We're gonna talk about the price, the build quality. We're gonna have the features, and of course, you're gonna see them in action. And so, the contenders today, as I said, are 4 of the newest ones. So we have the MTM PF22.2 foam cannon. So this one here is the new version because it has the wider base. Then we have the Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish foam cannon. So again, this is a brand new model. They also have their Boss foam cannon, which is a higher end unit. So this is more of their entry level one. So we're gonna see, can it perform as well or better? Then we have the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro. And last but not least, once again, we have the Chemical Guys Big Mouth Max Release Foam Cannon. Of course, they call it Big Mouth because it has a big tip. So before we go ahead and talk about the features, the price, and all that, those kinds of stuff, I know you guys are interested to see them in action. Of course, this is the most important part is, well, we want to see how thick and rich the foam they produce can be. So that's going to be, of course, one of the biggest criteria, because why we use these foam cannons, well, essentially it's part of the pre-wash stage. So before you do a contact wash on your vehicle, you want to blanket the entire car with a thick layer of snow foam. So it's going to act as a lubricant on the surface and also help to lift and encapsulate any loose dirt and debris. And of course, this is all in an effort to minimize the amount of scratches, swirls, love marks, and marring on the paint during your contact wash. So as part of the pre-wash stage, you use a foam cannon, which you connect to your pressure washer. So all of these, of course, need a pressure washer, and they all come with the 1/4 inch quick connection type. So it's very easy to connect. To keep everything well, as scientific as we can, although this is by no means a scientific test, we're using the same conditions. So with the same vehicle, my own 2021 Porsche 911 Turbo S in my garage controlled environment. So 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit. We're roughly at 40 to 45% humidity. And we're gonna use the same snow foam as I had in my previous foam cannon battle video. So this is the Adams Megafoam. We know it produces thick and rich foam. By the way, towards the end of the video, I'm also going to be talking about the variables. So why is it that some people don't get thick and rich foam? So which variables can you control in your setup to make sure you have the best possible output? And also maintenance tips on, well, how you're supposed to take care of your foam cannons. What we're going to do is the vehicle is already clean, so the dirt has nothing to do with this test. Then we're going to spray the product always on a dry surface. We're going to let it dwell. I'm going to give you a close-up of how rich and how thick each foam is from each foam cannon to help you guys see visually what it looks like. Then we're going to go ahead and rinse off. We're kind of going to get an idea of how easily the thick foam rinses off the vehicle. And then we're also going to dry the vehicle again before we move on to the next foam cannon. Also, keep in mind, my vehicle has a ceramic coating applied to it, so it's very hydrophobic, hence why it is a lot easier to clean during maintenance washes. So let's jump into those tests. So this is the MTM PF22.2 foam cannon. So this is the thickness of the foam itself. So you can see the consistency and how thick or runny each foam is. So now we have Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish Foam Cannon. So for the Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish Foam Cannon, I think it's a bit thicker compared to the MTM PF22. So it seems like thicker, richer. But also at the same time, maybe a bit runnier. So now we have the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro. So this is the consistency, thickness, and richness of the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro. Next, we have the Chemical Guys Big Mouth Max Release Foam Cannon. So the Chemical Guys Big Mouth Max Release Foam Cannon. Let's look at the foam consistency. By far this one has the widest fan spread. If that's what you're looking for, you can adjust it and you can cover a lot of surfaces very, very quickly. So guys, before I jump into the price and features and break down each and every one of these before I pick my own winner, I want to know your thoughts and opinions. Which one so far is your favorite one? Let me know. Drop a comment in the comment section under the video. As well, if you own one of these, let us know your experience with it so far. Durability, has it broken? Have you run into any issues? It's always good for the community to know. By the way, these are all good foam cannons in the end. So regardless of which one you pick, well, all of these are in my arsenal regardless, so they all work super well. So let's talk about each one individually. If we start with the MTM foam cannon, so this is the MTM PF22.2. So a few of the different features compared to the first one. Well, the most significant one is the wider base, because the first one used to have a tendency to tip over, so the wider base helps with that. If we look at the mouth of the foam cannon, this is one thing where they can have an improvement. So this here for the canister is pretty small. So you either need a funnel to put your solution in there, or you need to be a lot more stable, right? So this one here has a dual feature on the nozzle in the front. So you can spin it to have a horizontal fan. So look at this. Or the other way around to have a vertical fan. So that's a neat feature. And how wide that fan is, so how wide of a spread you want the stuff to shoot out. So either in a straight line stream or in a fan. So you have the control by adjusting this. And on top, by the way, all of these foam cannons have a chemical flow valve. So this controls the amount of chemicals that go into the mixture and allows you to adjust, of course, for how thick or how runny you like your snow foam. I always adjust these to the maximum foam output, of course. I'm not a fan of runny snow foams. Some people do, so this is a question of personal taste. This is the most expensive one in the test, along with the chemical guys. So this is $89.99 US, so 90 bucks for this. By the way, they also all pretty much contain roughly a liter of solution, and or that's roughly 33.8 ounces, almost 34 ounces, except maybe for the MJJC, which has marks on the side, markings for about a liter. You can go a little over that, maybe 1.2 liters. So it technically has the most capacity, but I mean, it's a difference you won't necessarily be seeing. So other features from the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro that you guys might be interested. Well, here on the side, let me show you a close-up of this. You have some markings. I don't know if you can see on camera. You see all these tick marks here. So in milliliters, so you guys can calculate your volume well. Maximum 140 degrees Fahrenheit temperature of the water that can be in there from the pressure washer. Pretty much the same for all of these guys. If I look at the stats, minimum of 1,100 PSI, and it can handle a maximum of 5,000 PSI. It comes with a pre-installed 1.25 millimeter orifice, and you also have a 1.1 millimeter orifice included as well if need be. By the way, I left the stock orifices that came pre-installed in each one of these, so I didn't swap orifices because I have a very powerful pressure washer with a high volume output of water. So if you have a lesser powered unit, say in roughly 1,000 PSI and under 1.4 gallons per minute, you could swap for the smaller orifice. A 1.1 millimeter will generate thicker and richer foam. However, it can trip your breaker system if you have a weaker electrical panel, or it can hurt the pump. So be careful of how you use that. That's why I always leave the stock orifices, and that's it. So the bare minimums, as far as I'm concerned, if you want to have a decent pressure washer, should be around 1,300 to 1,400 PSI. But more importantly, the GPM, so gallons per minute of water output, should be upwards of 1.4 GPM if you can. 1.4 and higher. The higher the GPM, the more water output you're going to get, the better quality foam you're going to get. But more on the variables towards the end of the video. So the next one, the foam, by the way, produced by the MTM PF22.2 was pretty good. Build quality, I have to say, is pretty sturdy. Comes with the 1/4 inch quick connect. This is probably brass or metal. The rest is plastic. The canister itself is pretty sturdy, but still a bit flexible, but well done. And thanks to the new version, well, now it won't tip over. Next, we have the Griot's Garage. This is the Brilliant Finish foam cannon. So Griot's Garage is known for some quality products, and their foam cannons are no exception. They had their Boss foam cannon, I think was about 1.5 years ago, their latest version. So this one here is the latest addition to the family, is one of the less expensive ones in this test at $59.99 USD. So what are the features? So the canister itself, if we can see here, so it's pretty sturdy. You can flex it a little bit, but build quality is very good. Here on top, if we look at this part here, which is metal, they call this precision machined, rifled, electroplated aluminum manifold. So some kind of anodized aluminum. So metal for here. Here in the part for the cannon itself, or the tip, it's made out of rubber and some kind of sturdy plastic. It says have fun in your garage. That's pretty cool. Comes with the 1/4 inch quick connect. And it has the control valve for this one on the side, as you can tell. So the chemical inlet valve for how thick or how runny you want your snow foam to be. Once again, so 33.8 ounce container, roughly about 1 liter. This one doesn't have any markings, so it doesn't help you measure the volume that's inside it. Here in the front, if we look at the tip, you can also control how wide the fan setting is. It can go up to 40-degree setting, so that's in the widest setting, so that's the closest together. And if you open up the fans like that, that's when you get the more straight stream out of it. Has a silicone pickup tube with a weighted ball inside that keeps chemicals flowing consistently. So if we have a look here, if we can have a close-up, you see that ball there at the end? What that does is it's weighted, so regardless of how you angle your cannon, so it stays in the bottom, so it's gonna go exactly where the liquid is, regardless of how you tip it. And what else? So here, if you look at the screwing cap, so what Griot's Garage says is that you can switch over. It has a dual threaded cap that's compatible with the Griot's Garage 22 ounce and 35 ounce bottles. So if you want to screw those in here instead, you can do that as well. So I think that's a cool feature. And then there you go. So it has that metal ball pickup tube that helps, well, all the liquid stay consistent. So you see if I tip it over here, the ball is over here. If I tip it like that, the ball drops in the end right here. So it's pretty good. They say a minimum of 1,100 PSI and a maximum of 5,000 PSI to handle this. Once again, a maximum temperature of 140 degrees Fahrenheit. The weight, by the way, this is the lightest one of the bunch. I measured these on a scale. So this one came in at 405 grams. So if that's important for you, this is the lightest one. The MTM PF22.2 came in at 555 grams, so is the second heaviest. So once again, the Griot's Garage, 405 grams. And the least expensive one in the bunch, along with the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro, this one comes in at 59 USD, so inexpensive once again. And the Foam Cannon Pro, so this is their first version that was released about 1.5 years ago. So you can tell it's version 1 because you have this hex bolt looking kind of thingy here on the top collar made out of brass. The new one is rounder. And it says to have a slightly bigger container. Overall, I think it's only 30 mil difference, so you wouldn't notice that. And a little thicker or richer foam, according to the company. So this is the first version, but still essentially it's the same thing. So 59 USD, what else can we say? They say it's leak proof, and well, this is true. So for those who like to keep a bit of the solution inside if you don't use all of it and you want to store it, well, this one, you know, when you do this with your foam cannons to mix them up, they all have a tendency to leak. Well, this one does not leak. It's the only one in the bunch that doesn't leak, at least in my testing. This one too has a controlled ball here. So let me give you a close-up. You see that weighted ball? So once again, when you put that in there, oh, by the way, look at this, a big mouth. That is important because it helps you pour all that solution in. So that is very, very important if you like to pour your things quickly without the use of a funnel. It has markings here on the side for up to 1 liter. So you can easily measure up. You can see the solution through it because the majority of these have almost see-through containers. Of course, the more obvious one being the chemical guys. This one here in the front has a dual stage setup. So you can do, if you twist the first red part, you can see that's the horizontal fan. So for a horizontal spreading, then if you twist it the other way, you have a vertical fan. So if you like that, and with the black part in the front, you can adjust how wide that fan is once again. So they all at least have the adjustment to control how wide the fan is, but some of them, like this one, you can control in the MTM PF22 if you get a vertical or horizontal one as well. The weight of the MJJC Foam Cannon Pro is 537 grams. So this is the third heaviest one, meaning the second lightest one. So after the Griot's Garage at 405 grams, this is 537 grams. Again, the MTM PF22.2. This one was 555 grams. So the container, this one here is the sturdiest of the bunch, very hard plastic. You get the brass fitting here. You get the chemical dispenser knob up top, again, to select how thick and rich the foam is. And you have the 1/4-inch quick connect in the back. And if you unscrew this, this is where you can see the orifice in the back. If you guys want to swap orifices, this one has the easiest access. So if you look in there, hopefully you can tell on camera. So if you look inside where you could put a flathead screwdriver, this is where you would pull the 1.25 millimeter orifice and replace it with a 1.1 if you have a weaker pressure washer. So what do they say for this one? Yeah, that's about it. So it has the 1.25 millimeter orifice included with it. You also get the 1.1 millimeter if you want to. By the way, I showed you the mouth of this, how wide it is. Same goes for the Griot's Garage, by the way. So look at this big mouth canister. Easy to pour your solutions in, so it can make a big difference. Last but not least, we have the Torque or Big Mouth foam cannon from Chemical Guys. So let me give you a closer close-up of this. So they call this the Big Mouth Max Release Foam Cannon. Max Release and Big Mouth because it has a 2-inch diameter head here in the front. So the biggest one of the bunch. It has a clear canister. And this one here, the cool part is it has a grip on the side. So this is the easiest to hold in your hands. I don't know if you can tell the indentation here in the plastic. It allows you to grab it firmly. It has the only clear canister of the group, so it's cool to see your solution. This is more like a cool feature. This is the one that requires the least amount of PSI, so 800 PSI. So this makes it the easiest to handle, or if you have the lesser pressured power washer, but it needs a minimum of 1.4 gallons per minute. It's the heaviest in the bunch as well, coming in at 574 grams. And the priciest as well, $89.99 USD or 90 USD. Same price as the MTM PF22.2. Build construction is pretty good. So the canister here is the flimsiest of the bunch, so the one that gives the most flex. So if you drop this, it could potentially crack, although it's made still out of high quality plastic. You unscrew it, it has a big mouth opening on the canister, so very good, once again, to pour your solutions in with no problem. Very, very sturdy here in the front. If we have a look at this, so this, by the way, has the biggest fan. I'm sure you could see the biggest spread of fan in the test. If you have very large vehicles that you want to cover very quickly with, I'm looking at if you have a big truck, a big RV, a multi-wheel truck that you guys use in the trucking industry, this could be good. So it covers a lot quickly because the fan spread, so how wide it comes out, is by far the widest one by a long shot. It has this brass body here, quick 1/4-inch quick connect, and you have the chemical control valve up top that you can twist to adjust how thick you want the foam or how runny you like it. But again, it's the heaviest one in the bunch. This one too, on the side, let me give you a close-up here. Hopefully you can see it on camera, has markings. So the top is 34 ounces, then you get 30, so on and so forth. So you got markings on the side to help you along the way. By the way, in each foam cannon for this test, we had an 8:1 dilution ratio. So I used 24 ounces of water and 3 ounces of snow foam for a total solution of 27 ounces in each container of these foam cannons. And by the way, you can adjust the dilution ratio according to your own setup. So you can first start by following the guidelines of the product that you're using. Like this one here from Adams recommends 1 to 2 ounces to generate thick foam inside a foam cannon. But if you want thicker foam, you can adjust according to your setup. And when we're talking about setup, there are many variables, by the way. So the first one is which pressure washer you have. So the more gallons per minute, the more water output, the thicker and richer the foam will be. So it's not as much about PSI or the pressure, but more about water flow, so the output. So again, the higher the GPM, the better. Anything over 1.4 is a good starting point, but if you can reach close to 1.7 or 2 plus gallons per minute of water, that's the best thing. Next is your type of foam cannon. So as you saw, they don't all generate the same amount of foam, although they're pretty close. There's still some differences out there and some features that you guys might be looking for. Then it's the type of snow foam, another thing that changes dramatically. So depending on which type of snow foam you guys use, you're gonna get more or less foam, or thicker or richer or more runny, depending on which ones you use. Then the dilution ratio of that snow foam. So of course, the more snow foam you put in, the thicker and richer the foam will be, but you have to optimize the ratio so you don't waste too much, because then it's very costly, and you don't want to use too little because then it might be too runny. So once again, do a few experiments. So what I like to use in my setup is typically that 8:1 dilution ratio. So in a foam cannon, usually I put roughly 2 to 3 ounces of the snow foam with 16 to 24 ounces of water to keep that 8:1 dilution ratio. So you get a total solution that you put into your foam cannon, and then you enjoy blasting away. And the fifth, but probably one of the most important factors or variables as well, is the quality of water. So if you have very hard water issues or big hard water issues where you live, you're going to have less thick and less rich foam because the product itself is fighting with the minerals inside the water. So the cleaner and softer the water, the way thicker foam and lather and suds you're going to be getting. Same goes for the 2-bucket wash method when you're doing your contact wash. If you have clean deionized water or a water softener system at home, for example, you're going to get a much higher sudsing shampoo, a lot thicker, a lot richer. Same goes for when you're showering in your house, right? Those who have water softeners, you guys know, it lathers up a lot quicker when you're using your shampoo or your soap because the water isn't, the product, or the chemical isn't fighting those hard minerals in the water itself. So those are the 5 variables or 5 factors. So once again, quickly, the type of pressure washer, the type of foam cannon, the type of snow foam, the dilution ratio of the snow foam, and the water quality, soft water versus hard water. So which one is the winner? Well, before I get to that, let me give you a quick tip on the maintenance, because maintenance is very, very easy, but you have to do it. Because inside these guys, so inside they have a mechanism to pick up the chemicals and to shoot them, to mix them along with water and air, shoot them out and produce the foam. Once you're done, those filters that are in there, or the mechanism that generates all that foam, needs to be cleaned out. So what you do is, of course, you unscrew the cap, you're going to empty the contents of your canister, you're going to rinse it out a first time, you're going to rinse it out until it gets clean and you don't have any suds or shampoo left in there or snow foam. Then you're going to fill it out again with water. You're going to screw it back on. You're going to put it back into your pressure washer, and you're going to run it for roughly 30 seconds to a minute to help flush any chemicals that are left in there before you store it and you use it the next time. That is very important because you don't want those chemicals, the dirt and the snow foam drying up in there and potentially clogging it for later use. So again, rinse it out thoroughly, fill it back up again, and run it in your pressure washer with the clean water that's in there for 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll keep your foam cannons running like new for a very long time. So guys, in this roundup, before I do my own pick, let me know which one is your favorite one. Drop a comment in the comment section under the video. If there are any other foam cannons that you want me to test that I didn't do in battle number 1 or in battle number 2, once again, drop a comment. By the way, if you guys want to pick one of these up, I'll leave links to these foam cannons in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. And for me, well, the winner, guys, is it the MTM? Is it the Griot's Garage? Is it the MJJC? Or is it the Chemical, guys? I have to say the winner is the Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish Foam Cannon. The main reason being Twofold, it produced the most amount of foam, at least the thickest and richest in my opinion, and also the price. It is the less expensive one in this test along with the MJJC. So the value proposition is outstanding. So at 59 USD, hard to beat, very well built. It comes with a sturdy piece up here up top. So even if you drop this on the floor, it shouldn't break. It has the weighted ball. It has all the characteristics, right? So it has the wide body, so it won't tip over. It has the wide mouth in the canister to make stuff easier to pour. It has this weighted ball in the bottom, so it's always going to pick up your solution regardless of how it's tilted. Has a quick 1/4 inch connect. Again, it looks good, and it's the lightest as well, coming in at 405 grams. So what more can you want? So overall, guys, once again, the Griot's Garage Brilliant Finish Foam Cannon is the winner in this test. Do you agree? Or which one would you have picked? Let me know. Drop a comment in the comment section under this video. I remind you, this was not a paid review, so I ordered these foam cannons on my own. Quick disclaimer though, the only one that was sent to me for free about 1.5 years ago in the one of the previous videos was this MJJC Foam Cannon Pro. The company sent that to me for free. But this video is unsponsored, it's not paid for. So yeah, you got the links to these in the description under the video. Guys, if you enjoy these videos, smash the thumbs up button to show me your support. If you haven't done so yet, please consider clicking the subscribe button that's found under this video. And that way you'll subscribe to my channel and never miss my future videos. So guys, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.